But that's still to come in the next 28 minutes, guaranteed. I'm Todd Matthews. This is Matthews of the Morning, Florida's longest running morning show. And it's at this point on Wednesdays, we learn something new about the law. Over 10 years now, we've been presenting Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, answering questions largely submitted by you. We'll see if today you get your question answered. But first, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How you doing this morning?
Just fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Yeah? You enjoying slightly cooler weather? We always talk about the weather. I thought I'd ask because you're not fond of the cold stuff.
Right now, it couldn't be nicer. It's sunny out and a little chill in the air, but it's beautiful.
What is your threshold between beautiful and too cold? Is that in the low 50s and the 40s? Where do you delineate?
Probably under 50. I started to get a little too cold for me.
I got you. I'm just always curious, being a northerner. Originally, not obviously in a long time. Anyway, Bruce, enough chit-chat. Let's get down to business because we do have some rather sad business to attend to. A tragic question, but I know you'll be able to provide some good answers to. You ready?
I am ready, Todd.
Here's what the email says for today. My wife was killed riding her motorcycle in Sarasota. She was struck by a delivery truck, and the truck driver was ticketed for violating my wife's right-of-way. My wife and I have 2 adult children, a son who is 23 and a daughter who is 21. A family friend said that my adult children should have an attorney as well as myself. I'm so confused as to how to proceed. Do we need multiple attorneys? Please ask the lawyer what is best. We are heartbroken, and we don't want our grief to impact our case negatively. Good question. Is more better in a situation like this? How do you look at it, Bruce?
Well, let's back up. First of all, when someone dies as a result of another person's negligence in Florida, Florida has a wrongful death act, and it provides who is entitled to make a recovery.
Oh.
And the persons that are entitled to make a recovery are the surviving spouse and children under 25.
Okay.
So in this very sad scenario, you have the husband and 2 children under 25. My recommendation, and it's a very strong recommendation, if they all get along, that they should hire one lawyer and all work together.
Okay.
They are each entitled to get their own lawyers, but that just makes things a lot more confusing.
Yeah.
Also, when someone dies as a result of someone else's negligence, you have to open an estate and have a personal representative appointed.
Oh.
Normally, the spouse would be the person to do that.
Okay.
So the spouse would hire a lawyer separately to probate the estate and the separate personal injury lawyer. But again, I've handled many of these over the years, and it works best if there's one lawyer and everybody works together.
It sounds to me, just as a layperson, to be a very complicated situation, a very complicated case, and that just seems like it adds layers of complication to it.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah. Not that it couldn't be done that way, but what would work best? I would suggest sitting down with a professional and having a conversation as a starting point.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Okay.
We handle wrongful death cases all the time.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it happens too often.
Yes, and our thoughts go out to the family because that's just a tragic way to start the new year for sure. But thanks to Bruce L. Scheiner, we do have some good information on how to proceed, which is always important. Bruce, thanks for your time and your wisdom as always.
Oh, thank you very much, Todd. I enjoy it and looking forward to your interesting question next Wednesday.
Us too. Thanks so much. And say hi to everybody. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And hopefully a sense of direction for that family in their tragic time. Now, if you have a question about the law, you can send that question in for future consideration through this website, our station website. Just go there and put Bruce in the keyword search box. That'll take you where you need to go. If it's a situation like we just heard, obviously something like that needs some immediate action. Bypass the advice I just gave and go straight to the source. Call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner, 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.